Labels out here, now they can't tell me nothing. We give that to the people, spread it across the country. Labels out here, now they can't tell me nothing. We give it to the people, spread it across the country.
Here we go back, this is the moment, tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over, so we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us. Here we go back, this is the moment, tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over, so we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us.
Now, can I kick it? Thank you, yeah, I'm so damn grateful. I grew up really wanna go fronts, but that's what you get when Wu-Tang raised you. Y'all can't stop me, go hard like I got an 808 in my heartbeat. And I'm eating at the beat like it gave a little speed to a great white shark on shark week. Raw, time to go up, gone, deuces goodbye. I got a world to see, and my girl, she wanna see Rome. Caesar make you a believer, nah, I never ever did it for a throne. That validation comes from giving it back to the people. Now, sing this song and it goes like, raise those hands, this is our party. We came here to live life like nobody was watching. I got my city right behind me. If I fall, they got me. Learn from that failure, gain humility, and then we keep marching.
Can we go back? This is the moment. Tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over. So we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us. Go back. This is the moment. Tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over. So we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us.
But so we put our hands up. But so we put our hands up.
Let's go. And all my people say, that's right. Feels good. And all my people say, that's the tune, right? And all my people say,
Can we go back? This is the moment. Tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over. So we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us. Go back. This is the moment. Tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over. So we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us.
Yeah. I get a feeling that I never had before. No, I get a good feeling, yeah. Oh, sometimes I get a good feeling, yeah. I get a feeling that I never had before. No, I get a good feeling.
The mountain top, walk on water. I got power, feel so royal. 1 second, I'ma strike oil. Diamond, platinum, no more for you. That adrenaline, never giving in. Giving up's not an option, gotta get it in.
All right, good evening. It's appropriate to have a little music from Mr. 305 because I'm Randy Gage and I'm coming to you from Miami. This is our weekly Leadership Academy, which we do for Rain International. To our associates here in North America. And then if you were invited on as a guest, we just find that these are very helpful for people who are looking at the business or interested in perhaps using the product line. So you can kind of see what the business is like and the kind of support you can expect and see the training. Nobody be trying to sell you anything. So it's just a chance for you to eavesdrop in and see if this looks like something you want to be a part of. And if you're looking for Spanish translation, click the globe down in the bottom and select Spanish, and my friend Jesus will be interpreting me. And hello to you guys who are watching us on the live Facebook group. So wherever you are, whether you're here in Zoom or you're on Facebook, please just check in, say hi, let us know where you're watching from. Okay, one of the things we do each week is a product training. And this week, I'm going to be the one doing that. And I'm going to be talking about one of my favorite products in the entire universe. This is a product called Renew. And it is a powerhouse product to detox, cleanse, just nourish. Let me pull up my slides here. So give me a minute, please. And my computer actually crashed right before. So there we go, renew presentation. And let's see if I can remember how to do all this complicated stuff. And it was swap display. Here we go. Let me close this little box here. So this product, Cleanse, Replenish, Renew. What this does is it removes impurities from your digestive tract. It supports your body's natural digestive tract, your natural cleansing. It's antioxidant protection, and it protects against environmental threats. Air pollution. If you're a smoker or you live with someone who's a smoker, if you're in an area, if you're in Los Angeles and you're breathing in a lot of smog, there's a lot of, if you're not eating the purest of foods, you might be getting chemicals or other pesticides, things like that. This product protects you against all of those things because it's really designed, and you'll see when we talk about the ingredients in a second, it's designed to support healthy liver and kidney function. So how does it do this? I would like to kind of break down some of the key ingredients in here. So one you see is the CoQ10. Now, this is an antioxidant that your body produces naturally. Unfortunately, the production slows as you get older. And so by reintroducing this nutrient, it increases your energy levels, supports healthy organ function, and energizes cellular duplication. The N-acetylcysteine helps with cleansing by supporting the kidney and the liver health. The next key ingredient is L-glutathione, which is an antioxidant. You've probably heard it called the master antioxidant because it helps reduce oxidative stress and helps maintain healthy insulin sensitivity, especially in older people. And then, of course, I think maybe the principal ingredient is for the cleansing is activated charcoal, because that's an all-natural purifier that attracts impurities and toxins and then expels them from the body. The last two of the key ingredients I want to tell you about is dandelion, both leaf and root, is a powerful natural ingredient that works to cleanse the liver and support organ function. And then chia seeds, man, if you read any kind of health literature, if you're online looking for supplements and healthy stuff, if you work with a personal trainer, a dietitian, a nutritionist, they all will probably talking about chia seeds because they're full of healthy fats, omegas, and antioxidants, and they act as a powerful cellular supporter. So what this does, the last thing I would want you to know about this is you see it's like all, it's gluten-free, and like all the Rain products, it's a GMO-free. All of the Rain products are made without GMOs. So how did I go back? I'm trying to, bear with me here. I can't get my cursor to go down to stop sharing. Jesus, can you stop the sharing on my screen? Because I can't, there we go. Thank you very much. It's my first time doing that particular type of PowerPoint. And as you can see, I was in way over my head. All right, so that's a great product. If you haven't, for all you associates who've been in and you're doing the soul and the red every day and the core and the bend, but maybe you never tried that, you should really try that. I tell you, myself, I was just amazed at my last, I do my blood work every 6 months. And I did it about 2 weeks ago. I ran my numbers again. And my doctor said, you are in the perfect range for everything. And I mean, it was all my, I do my white cut cells, my lipids, my kidneys, all of, and he told me, man, your tests are perfect. And I, of course, said, oh, you mean for an old guy, right? And he said, no, you are literally in the perfect range for everything. And I attribute that to the fact that for the last 1 year, I've been really taking the Rain products, but the two I think that did that are the Core, which is the greens product, which is like cleansing for your blood, and the Renew, which is like cleansing for your digestive tract. If you know anything about, and I'm not a doctor or a medical professional of any kind, I don't claim to be, but I think even lay people know if you have clean blood, clean gut, you are the healthiest you can ever be. So that's a product you definitely want to check out. All right, one of the other things we do each week is we do a training on leverage, how people make money in the business, because the unique part of what we have here is we've got a compensation plan that allows you to escape trading hours for money, which most traditional businesses, that's what you're going to have to do. Most of the side gig businesses, that's what you're going to have to do. Rain has got a compensation plan that allows an average person to unleash the power of leverage like before only wealthy people could do. So we have a lady who is a dynamic presenter who is an expert at leverage because she's been doing this Rain business for a number of years, has built a nice team around the world, and she really gets what this is all about. And she explains it in a way that anybody can understand. So help me welcome, please, Miss Laura Weeks.
Thank you, Randy. Really appreciate that introduction. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share my screen now. And here we go to talk a little bit about leverage. So let me just start by saying that I have been with Rain quite a long while. It's 11 years now. And what attracted me to Rain is the fact that we have a dual mission. We have this mission of helping people to optimize their health. And you just heard from Randy about Renew. I love Renew. I take that product, but it's only one of all of this whole line of products we have that can help people to pick and choose and optimize our health. So that was the one piece of it. But the other side is this concept of leverage, where we can, as Randy said, we can escape the trap of trading time for money. And we can also leverage things like skills that we may not have. We can leverage our time because leverage is a big deal. And I understand this because I run full-time a medical clinic with my husband. And in our medical clinic, we do not have leverage. We are trading time for money. when we see patients in our office. We love what we do. We have no intention of giving it up, but we only get paid when we see patients in our office. With our RAIN business, not only do we have financial leverage because I can be earning money. I have teams of people all over the world. When I'm sleeping, they're buying RAIN products and their health is improving. And we're sleeping or we're traveling or whatever. So this RAIN business gives us a secondary leveraged source of income, which we tremendously appreciate. And I appreciate the relationship between financial stress and health stresses as well in the work I do, because I see when people get sick, how that translates into financial distress. And I also see that when people are in financial distress, that translates into their health challenges. And so these two things go intimately together. In our health practice as well, there's only a limited number of people that we can see and that we can help. And I like to believe that we give very good personalized care to people, that we make a tremendous difference in their lives, but only so many people can travel off the coast of America to the island where we live to get medical services here. And we are leveraged in terms of the number of people we can help with their health through this platform as well, because thousands and thousands and thousands of people can optimize their health. So leverage extends to the health benefits here. It also extends to financial and time leverage. And in a second, we're going to get into how we actually make money in this business. But I also want to say I appreciate the fact that we can get leveraged in terms of skills, because I would not be doing this business if I had to make my own website, because I don't have those skills. And I would not be doing this business if I had to update a website regularly every time a new product came in, or if I had to try and become a graphic designer to make all of the beautiful kinds of materials we have. So we are leveraged not only financially, but in terms of the kind of skills and tools and support that we get. You do not need to know all those kinds of things because we have a team of people around us who help us in those different areas. So leverage is financial, but it's more than financial in my opinion. But it does get us out of the trading hours for time or hours for money. And one of the first ways we do that in this company is through our customer program. The majority of people who consume RAIN seed nutrition products every day, every month, every week, are people who are simply customers. And they're purchasing these products in any one of the 45 plus countries around the world where we are registered to do business through the website, so that, again, we can be wherever we're living and we can have our customers around the world purchasing these products. And when they do, RAIN says, thank you very much, and pays us a hefty commission for customer purchases. When somebody buys a box of our product sold, we get paid $20. Whether you're in Singapore, whether you're in the Ukraine, whether you're in Canada, the United States, no matter where, RAIN compensates us the same for that purchase of a box of Soul. We get paid $20 when somebody buys a box of Core, but the leverage comes in when people buy on an ongoing basis, when they take advantage of our subscription program to purchase on a regular basis, because that creates ongoing, recurring residual income for us. So I have had some customers who started purchasing RAIN products back in 2013. When I first got involved in this company, and some of those people are still purchasing on a monthly basis every single month, 11 years later. That is leverage. One sale turned into monthly income for me on a regular basis. And some of those people buy a box of product, but some buy 2, 4, 8, 10. So one sale can turn into a very significant recurring income for you through the customer program. Now, one of the things I love about the customer program is it is a win-win for the customers as well. So while RAIN pays us commissions, it also gives back to our subscription customers through the rewards program. And by the way, to our associates and partners as well. When we purchase on subscription, RAIN gives us not only discounted prices, but also RAIN Cash, loyalty credit towards future free product. So maybe you've never tried Renew before, but with your Rain Cash, you could go try some Renew and you wouldn't even have to pay for it because you are accumulating Rain Cash. And our new Rain Cash program is rewarding loyalty longevity on the customer program. So at first you could get a 10% credit on your wholesale purchase for free product. After a couple of months, 15%, 20%, 25%, up to 30% loyalty credit towards future free product. That is an amazing win-win for both the customer, but also for those of us who are serving customers around the world. So leverage number one from a financial perspective is through the customers that we have. And customers, as I said, represent probably 60 to 70% of the Rain product that is sold every single month. And I gotta say, that makes regulators very, very, very happy that people actually want our products to consume them, even if they have no financial incentive to be buying them. That makes this company very happy. But to take the next step towards increasing leverage involves building teams of people, because of course, we all only have the same number of hours every day, and we have to sleep, we have to do other things. So there's only we only have a certain number of hours that we can put into work. And so even if you're earning a very substantial hourly wage or a good salary, there is a limit to the income that you can generate all on your own. So what wealthy people have figured out is how to harness this concept of leverage. Write a best-selling book and you get recurring income every single time a book is sold. Or build a company that has lots and lots of people working for it, commissioned salespeople, whatever, and the team of people together can generate a lot more sales volume than any one person can do alone. And that's what we do here in Rain. For the people who want to build a business, who want to harness leverage, they can join us. They can start their own business, and that starts with investing in your business by purchasing one of these initial packs. You can purchase a personal level pack, a builder level pack, a leadership level pack, depending on your goals, your vision, and so on and so forth. Smaller packs are less expensive. They have less product. They have some sales materials and so on. And as you go through the different packs, you can get more materials, more product, and so on and so forth. So the good news is that when we find someone who wants to join our team, you invest in your business, you start looking for people who want to join your team. And when they do, the person who joins with a personal pack, that Rain is going to pay you $50. If your new associate joins with a builder pack, Rain will pay you $100. And if that person joins with a leadership pack, Rain will pay you $200. Now, suppose you started with a leadership pack, because that's what I did when I got going. I realized that I should start with the biggest pack available so that I could have product for myself and my family, so that I could have product for sampling. And so that when the next person came along and said, Laura, how did you get started in this business? I could say, I jumped in with the leadership pack because I know this is a business of duplication, and the next person coming along is very likely to do what I did if what I did worked out well for me, and it does. So I jumped in with a leadership pack. People on my team jumped in with a leadership pack, and you can build leverage, you can build income much, much faster, $200 at a time than $50 at a time. And the benefit to the person jumping in is that they get the product, they get the sales material, they get extra training, and so on. So talk to your people about where the right place is for them to jump in. But realize that when you bring a new person in, each and every new person you bring onto your team as an associate, you're going to get paid $50, $100, or $200. But we don't want people to only bring in people at their own level and stop there. This is a compensation program, and this is a principle that Rain has of supporting our teams, helping other people to become successful. So as soon as I bring in a new person, I am invested in helping them bring in new people. And when my new person brings in their new person, they get the fast start bonus, $50, $100, or $200. But Rain says, thank you, Laura, for helping that person. Thank you for educating them. Thank you for doing these presentations. Thank you for helping explain the differences between these different programs or these different investment levels. And Rain pays me $10, $20, or $50, depending on which package my personal person's new associate chose. So you can start to see how now that I started bringing in a number of different people, each time they're out finding new people, we're building teams. We have more and more people coming into the business, more and more people finding customers, and we get paid for bringing in our own new people, and we also get paid for supporting them to bring in new people as well. The next step is to help our new associates rank advance to the first rank advancement level, which is called partner. And Rain is motivating us to help those people get going quickly, because we know that when people get started, when they reach out to people, when they bring in new associates, there's an energy and there's a momentum. It's actually easier to build this business quickly than it is to do it slowly. So Rain incentivizes us again, and they say, if you can help your new person go from associate to partner within the first 3 weeks, get to partner rank within the first 3 weeks, we're going to pay them an additional $100. And then if we can actually help them within 6 weeks to rank advance to the next level, which we call senior partner, Rain's going to give them $200 more. So you can see that by helping to support your people to move through the compensation program, they can earn an extra $300 in the first 6 weeks. This is very doable. Many people are doing it, and it's extra money in the pocket. Remember, $300 extra for somebody can make a tremendous, tremendous difference. Now, the next thing that Rain has done, which I find to be quite unique in this industry, is to open up what they call an executive global advancement pool to people who are in the middle or just beginning to build in the company, achieving the middle ranks. Most companies save these types of pools for the very, very top leaders in the company, but Rain doesn't want to do it that way. Rain wants to share the wealth. And so what they have done is they have set aside 1% of the global sales volume that is shared among the people worldwide who have not only achieved, but have maintained rank at our middle levels: bronze, silver, gold, and platinum. So how much you can earn in this pool, what percentage of that 1% you get, depends on how much sales volume you have achieved with your team down through 3 levels. So your personally enrolled people, their personally enrolled people, and the next level after that, your percentage of earning in this pool is a function of your rank and of the volume of sales that you and your team have been able to put together. But the great thing is this: it's really profit sharing. So let's say I live in the United States. Most of us here listening tonight are in the United States. Let's say we have a new bronze executive, but their entire team still happens to be in the US. It's very difficult to keep your team within your country because people know people who know people who know people. Eventually you end up with a global team. But let's say at the beginning, your team is all in the United States. Well, you get to bronze, you get to share in the global success of the company. So let's say Nigeria is doing really well. You might not have anybody in Nigeria, but Nigeria is doing really well. Norway is doing really well. Singapore is doing really well. If you're ranking and maintaining at bronze, silver, gold, or platinum, you get to share in the company's success globally. This is a wonderful thing. And this also incentivizes those of us who are leaders to support people on other teams, because we want the company to grow as a whole. The more successful the company is, the more we're going to be able to tap into from these global advancement pools. So 1% of global sales, as I said, you can qualify as bronze for 12 weeks. You can qualify as a silver for 16 weeks. You can qualify as a gold for 24 weeks. And you can qualify for this pool as a platinum for 26 weeks. Now, let's say you are just on fire and you're moving through these ranks quickly, and you don't stay at bronze for 12 weeks, you move into silver or you move into gold. You can actually double or triple dip. You can get paid as a bronze, silver, and gold all at the same time for these pools, because RAIN wants to help everybody be successful. They don't want to slow people down by saying, "Ooh, I better stay at silver for a couple more weeks because I only have a certain amount of time there before bronze." No, you can tap into all of them. So that global pool is really quite something in this industry. Now, this next commission is called the Team Commission. When we build our teams in RAIN, we build two teams. We build a left leg and a right leg. Some people call it a dual team system. And what this does is it fosters teamwork once again, because each one of us can only have one person at the top level, left and right. So I put one person in my business at the top left, the second person in the top right. My third person needs to go down underneath one of those top two people. So we build down, but the volume all flows up. And so all of the sales volume generated from deep in our organizations flows up through everybody who's above them. And through this team commission, you can start earning this when you become a partner, and you continue earning the team commission as long as you reach or maintain these different ranks. You can earn up to $10,000 per week from this commission alone. Forget the customer bonus, forget the fast start bonus, forget the pools. Through this particular commission, you can earn up to $10,000 a week. And in fact, if and when you exceed the $10,000 a week, we have a way to be able to triple that. So we work to build sales volume in our teams so that we can get 10% of the lesser leg up to $10,000 a week. Now, this next commission, called the Generational Bonus Match, is really one of my favorites because it rewards us for helping our team earn those team commission checks we just talked about. So each one of us who is a leader is incentivized to help our team members earn as large a team commission check as they can, because RAIN is going to pay us a percentage of what they pay them. So let's say I help Stephen earn $1,000 1 week in that team commission bonus. RAIN's going to pay me a percentage of that. Doesn't come out of Stephen's pocket, comes out of RAIN's pocket. And they will pay me a percentage of each and every one of the team commission checks that my team members earn down through generations of bronze executives. So this is amazing. This is a floating percentage. Whoops, I need to go back. It changes every week. I thought there were more slides here. It changes every week. It's a floating percentage because RAIN is required through its compensation plan to pay back 50% to all of us. And so this floats. Sometimes it's 8%, sometimes it's 10%, but we earn a percentage of every team commission check that we help our team members earn down through up to 7 levels of bronze executives. So how many of those generations we earn is a function of what our own rank is. A bronze executive gets 1 rank, 1 generation. A diamond gets more generations. But this is an amazing thing. It is where we really can build long-term residual income because we are building leadership in our organization. And when we have leaders in our organization, it makes it possible for us to take some time off, right? And this really opens up the lifestyle that we all want from RAIN, as well as the financial remuneration from the company. So the generation bonus match is fabulous because once again, it's all around supporting our team to be successful. And then finally, we have a second pool, a global diamond growth pool. This is what most companies have, a pool for the top leadership. Rain has two pools, but this particular pool is 1.5% of the global sales volume, and it is divided up among all the people who have rank advanced to and maintained status at one of the diamond ranks. And what percentage of this pool you earn is a function of whether you're a diamond or a triple black diamond. And it's also a function of how much sales volume you have been able to build down through not 3 levels like the other pool, but 10 levels in your organization. Now imagine 1.5% of global sales volume each week is getting divided up between only those people who have qualified and maintained these ranks. So this pool can also become very, very, very substantial. And this is an unlimited amount of time you can stay in this pool. You can earn this pool indefinitely as long as you maintain rank. So Rain has been very, very generous in the compensation program. And one of the things that I find to be very impressive is that everything in Rain's compensation structure revolves around incentives rather than penalties. So, you know, you don't have to buy all this stuff and store it in your garage. You don't miss out on something and never get a chance to get to it again. Everything is designed around motivating us to achieve, to grow, to support, to train, and to build the business that we want to, because each and every one of us has the choice. We can build full-time, we can build part-time, but even part-timers like myself in this company can be successful because of the structure and the strength of this particular compensation program. And with that, I'll turn it over to you, Randy.
Thank you so much, Laura. Beautiful, brilliant job, brilliant job. And again, look at, she's a professional woman with a business and does the Rain on a part-time business and has built a really nice ongoing residual income. And we have college students who do this. We have retired people who do this, Gen Z, baby boomers, everything in between. You choose what's the hours you want to work and who you want to work with. And then it gives you this chance to unleash leverage. So we want you to hear just a minute from a couple of people. So Isabel, Stephen, and James, if you'll please turn on your cameras and make sure your microphones are on. We always ask a couple of people just to share their story, what they do and why they chose Rain. So I'm going to turn it over. Our first guest, a special guest, is coming to you live and in color from Texas.
Thank you, Randy. Hi, everyone. Isabella Costa from Houston, Texas. So I've been in the medical field since I was 18. I'm 53 now. I've been a nurse for about 25 years, and I have never worried about, am I going to find a job? How is the job market out there? So much so that I even took a break for 8 years to stay home with my kids. When I came back to nursing, I even came back to the same company with no worries. So I've been back to work for 8 years. And in those 8 years, I have been working on advancing my career. And right now, life is good. My youngest is starting college this month. My oldest is graduating college in December. So when you're 53 and your kids are almost independent, thriving adults, you start thinking about retirement and really asking yourself, what is retirement life going to look like for me? And I don't want to be a senior citizen that's struggling, barely making ends meet with, my 401k. And so after having a real talk with myself, the email went out to Miss Ann and say, show me what Rain is doing because I need leverage in my life. And then you join, and then Mr. Gage is talking about generational wealth. And then Miss Laura started talking about, on this part of the compensation plan, you can only make 10K, but let me show you how to triple that a week. So you start putting things on your dream board, like your dream car and your dream home. And then you come to work one day, specifically on Tuesday, and your coworker who has been working in the company for 13 years is being walked out the door by corporate. And it doesn't take long for the word to get around that corporate is laying off 1,200 people in a company that has been in business for over 50 years. I was a lucky one that was not laid off. But will I be worried next time that layoff goes around? No. Why? Not because I'm a great nurse, even though I am, not because this is a great company and they recognize my worth, but because I'm building RAIN. And now my dream board is not just my dream car and my dream home, but taking control of my destiny and my future. Retire when I want, stop working when I want, not when my company says it is my turn. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. On to you, James.
Thank you, Isabel. Appreciate you very much. Welcome to Rain Rocks from South Carolina, USA. My name is James Smith. My background is corporate America. I was with AT&T for 26 years. And I chuckle when I see the Be the Breakthrough presentation, because when they say side gigs, I've had side gigs for 30 years, and I've had to just to make ends meet, even though I made a good salary with AT&T, but because of different things, I had to really I had to always work a second job. So what Rain allowed for me to do was to not so much take care of it financially, but what it did was it gave me the opportunity to work with people that I wanted to work with. See, lifestyle to me is not driving a Ferrari, living in a big mansion. Those things are, superficial. They don't last. I mean, they might be for somebody else, but they weren't for me. I just wanted to be able to work the hours I wanted to. I wanted to have freedom. I wanted to be able to work the hours I wanted to work. I wanted to work with who I wanted to work. And I wanted to be able to make a difference and help people along the way. One of the great things I had, one of the big wishes I had in life was to work with people on the continent. And with RAIN International, they have the Seeds for Change organization that allows us to do some things in different markets all across the country, but in particularly for me, the continent. These bees that I have on right here, I got from the Seeds for Change from the artisans in Uganda maybe about six or 7 years ago or something like that. But I still have them, and it's important to me for those kind of things. The people that we work with, the lifestyle, the leadership, to be able to leverage the leadership that we have, to be able to work with people like Dr. Brad and Laura Weeks and other people that are leading the way, and they really, really, really go out of the way to help us. And here's the thing, they go out of their way to help us because it's monetarily good for them to do that, but they don't do it for that reason. They do it because they're just genuinely good people. RAIN attracts good people, and the support from corporate is outstanding because they understand the mission. This company was built by and built for distributors, and everything they do is along that lines. So 2.0 RAIN is even better than it used to be, and it's going to be even better as we go further. And I thank you for your time, and I thank you for your consideration. Over to you, Stephen. Over to you, Stephen.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, everyone. I worked in the electrical department of a large hospital in New York City for 18 years. Most of my life was spent waking early in the morning, preparing for work, getting up and down ladders, and actually being supervised, working with the same people all the time, getting paid twice a week or twice a month, and actually not much opportunity to travel. Here comes RAIN and provided the opportunity of choosing who I wanted to work with. Me traveling extensively and meeting new people, getting paid every week, providing people with optimal nutrition, being part of the most caring company I have ever worked with, and taking me up the ladder to success. Thanks to Byron and his amazing team for making this world a better place to live in, using leverage, by working together as rain partners across 16 time zones. Thanks, everyone. Have a pleasant night.
All right. Thank you, Stephen, as well as James and Isabel. Like I told you, it's just real people sharing their real stories. What this can mean to build a leverage business. Now we're going to do the final major part of our training that we do every week, which is on leadership. And we've got a great trainer tonight to share his thoughts on leadership. And I hope he'll talk a little bit about leverage as well, because he just came back from the Olympics where he did I'll let him tell the story, but basically he started something 40 years ago that is still producing leverage. So this is a guy who gets it. And now he's with Rain and has been with Rain for a long time and has built teams all across the globe, across pretty much all of the 16 time zones that we operate in. And he is here tonight to share some thoughts on how you can be successful. So I'm very delighted to turn it over to Paul Engelman.
Oh,
Paul?
thank you, Randy. Well, it's a pleasure to be here. I just got back from Paris 40 years ago. I co-wrote the music for the 1984 Olympics in Los Angeles, and I sang a song called "Reach Out for the Medal," which became a huge hit over in Europe, #1 in Germany and a lot of other countries. And, I had learned about leverage from my show business life. I come from a show business family. So, I did things when I was 10 years old that I'm still getting paid for. They call that residuals. And it's kind of beautiful. But the other thing that I was thinking of is, because of the lifestyle of this business, because of the freedom that it gives you, I was able to go to Paris and sing at this event that they asked me to sing at. I wasn't tied to a 9-to-5 situation where I'm like, oh, gee, I'm so sorry, I can't. I got to show up to this job where I am exchanging time for income. So this really is a very magical form of business, network marketing, and its ability to give you freedom and leveraged income. And I want to talk a little bit about a principle behind that. It's a very, very important principle. Now, this is a presentation that I did several years ago, so you might see a little bit older branding. But Randy, there are many times where you say, if you're doing it right, it should be, what do you call it? Like orangutan? What do you call that?
A drunken orangutan
Yeah, a
should be
drunken
able to
orangutan should be
duplicate
able
you.
to do the business. So I had to chuckle because I had a whole presentation about monkey see, monkey do, and that's what we're gonna talk about right now. Let me see. There you go. Okay, I guess you can see that now. So in network marketing, it really is monkey see, monkey do. It's about duplication, and duplication is what gives you freedom. I've talked about this many times in these trainings, but there's an inverse relationship between time and money when you first start out in our industry, because it's all going to be you. But as soon as you find other people that have the same intention of you, that join your team, now you're no longer 100% of the effort. You become a fraction of the effort on your team over time. And that's where that relationship between time and money flips. It becomes, you can spend less time and make more money. That's a gorgeous thing when it happens. But a lot of times people quit right about here, because they're going, gosh, I'm spending a lot of time, I'm not making as much money. That you have to understand, this is not a sprint. This is a marathon that builds over time as you put forth that effort. But here's the thing, you don't want to just buy yourself another job where it's all about you. You, once again, doing everything for everybody. So you have to understand how to create duplication. Otherwise, you're going to be one tired little monkey. Okay. So how do you get duplication? Well, I've got some good news and I've got some not so good news. You're getting duplication no matter what. Some of it's good, some of it's not so good if you're not paying attention because people are watching you. They're going to duplicate what you're doing. Duplication begins with you. The speed of the leader is the speed of the time. The actions of the leader are the actions of the group. So this is a volunteer army. You know, you can't force anyone to do any particular thing, but you can lead by example, and you can stick to the system and teach the system. It's very, very important that you do that. You know, I remember years ago, speaking of leading from the front, you know, I had come to a meeting where I had a big team there, and I'm looking around the room and I'm going, gee whiz, you know, there need to be more people here. Why isn't so-and-so? Why don't they have guests? Why don't people bring guests? And then I'm sitting there thinking, oh, wait a minute. I don't have a guest either. You know, so maybe I was setting the wrong example. So here's the question you want to ask yourself. What if everybody on my team thought what I'm thinking? And what if everybody on my team did what I'm doing? You want to keep yourself honest? Ask yourself those questions every day, because if this is what you're doing, you know, if you're spending a lot of time maybe in front of a particular screen, well, then that's what your team is going to be doing, right? And if you duplicate that, I have to tell you, there is no CV in TV. So this is going to be your result. I don't think you want that result. So what you want to duplicate are the activities that produce income. There's two of them: showing the product and showing the business. And if you do that, that's what your team will duplicate, and it will be a very different result. Okay, so your goal is to build a team with the right kind of duplication. So what are the behaviors, attitudes, and activities that we want duplicated? What are those? Well, the first thing is you have to have the right mindset. Once again, your team is watching you. So they will, basically, they're going to dance to the music that you provide. Okay. So, you know, if you believe that you are blessing people when you share this with them, then they're going to believe that it's a blessing that they heard about it. It's just, it's the universe speaking back to you. You know, so the right mindset produces the right result. On the other hand, if you're thinking, oh, Guy, I hate to bother people, well, then people are going to be bothered when you talk to them. And that's going to be your result. You know, please give, anything helps. When you have a negative mindset, every little minor challenge turns into a distraction. You'll go chase it. And distractions kill growth. So we have to be very jealous about our mindset and teach that to our teams also, and duplicate that. And look, if problems come up, and they will, what you want to duplicate is problem solving. You know, I usually say, well, what are 3 solutions to this that we could come up with? And then we start concentrating on the positive instead of it becoming a complain fest, which just absolutely kills growth. But if you take that problem solving mindset, well, you're going to be the next diamond yourself. Another thing that I think is very important to keep in mind is that we have to expect some failure. I don't like the word failure, but it's okay, because, you know, sometimes you get a no, and that feels like a failure. If you're not succeeding fast enough, you're not failing fast enough. And what I try to teach my team and duplicate is the idea that failure and success lie in the same direction. It's just that you have to get through failure enough times in order to get to success. Okay, so don't be afraid of that. When it comes to your mindset, have you ever noticed, I truly believe there are no born pessimists. And I want you to think about this. Have you ever watched little kids playing? I mean, it's fascinating. Their possibilities in their mind are just wide open. It's endless. It's completely positive, and their imaginations are just absolutely wild. I mean, they throw tea parties with no tea, you know, and you just watch their little imaginations at work. They think that there are endless possibilities out there, and you know why they think that? Because they haven't gotten screwed up yet. And there are endless possibilities out there. So in order to get back to that mindset, you know, leaders are readers, and I highly recommend putting good input in here, because you've got to replace the negative with the positive. You want to duplicate the idea of confidence in what you have to offer. I always tell people, you know what? Nobody wants to be part of your test market. If you're going to people and saying, you know, I'm trying this out, what do you think? Well, nobody wants to follow that. You know, I let people know that I have found something amazing, is doing amazing things for me. I'm getting freedom from this. I'm getting health from this. And I thought of you because I love you and I wanted to share it with you. That's a very different approach. And here's the thing. At 6 a.m., 7 a.m. around the globe, alarm clocks are going off and people are swearing at them. Okay. And then they throw themselves in the shower to scrape the eye boogers out, and they hop in that tin can on wheels and they make their way, you know, to a job that they probably hate, working with people that they probably wouldn't choose to work with, only to spend 8 or more hours there to hop back in the tin can on the way back home. And maybe on the way back, they're going to pick up a 6-pack and a pizza so they can sit in front of the boob tube and forget about the crappy life that they're trapped in, only to have the whole thing start all over again the next day. You offer the solution. Don't forget that. Remember that. Have that be part of your attitude. You offer good health, which is the greatest richness of all. And you offer freedom. So we just want to duplicate the system. It's super simple. You know, 1, 2, 3. You know, share or show the business or the product with a tool. Follow up. Answer any lingering questions and enroll that person. Rinse and repeat. And all of that is in the new associate, you know, manual, the new associate orientation. It's not a mystery. It's all right there for you to follow. So use the system, because it's not about how talented or smart or attractive or fabulous you are. You know, you may have your special little monkey dance that you do that brings people into your business. Okay. If it's outside the system, the question is, does everybody on your team have a special monkey dance? What if they don't? What if you stopped? What would happen to the growth on your team? Well, hey, you know, not everybody's you. So this might be somebody on your team, okay? They need the system, okay? They need to do the system. When you're talking about duplication, the question is not, does something that I could do to bring somebody into the business work? The question is, does it duplicate? I remember in my previous business, I had a very wealthy guy come into my business. He bought $50,000 worth of billboards up and down the highway. Now, did that work? Yeah, people joined his business. But what's he going to tell them to do? Okay, now here's the deal. You got 50 grand? Just go buy billboards up and down the freeway. Do you see how that's not going to duplicate? So we want to stick with the system. Systems work all over corporate America. You know, this is why franchises work, because it's about the system. McDonald's has the most raging system. That company is run by teenagers. It's run by teenagers because the system is so nailed down that it's very simple to stick with it. We know when to dip the fries. We know when to pop the meat on the grill. We know what the interval is. We know who should be at the window. We know how long between cars. We know all of that stuff because it's the system. Our system is so much less complicated and so much easier to learn. It's just about using the tools, sharing the business. Just remember, your new team member is watching you like a hawk. They are watching everything you do from the moment you contact them, and they are concluding that what they saw you do is the business, and they'll duplicate that. So be careful. Make sure that you're doing what you want duplicated. Now, you want to duplicate the proper posture. Have you ever noticed that when you're talking to somebody, if you start leaning forward, if you start leaning into them, if you become a little bit intense, what do people do? They lean back. Okay. Now, if you lean back, what happens? People lean forward. So, I'll tell you the magic key that I learned years ago when I'm talking to people about the business. I always include this phrase, and it's magic. It's like an open sesame statement. I always say, Bill, this may or may not be something for you. Now, I've just relaxed him. I've just given him permission to tell me no. And then I continue with, but knowing you, Bill, I think you're going to love this. And I think you could be great at it. That is the proper posture. I've leaned back. I've given them permission. They're not sitting there thinking, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, how can I tell Paul no without hurting his feelings, without him wanting to die? I've let them know, hey, I'm doing this with or without you. I have total confidence in it. I'm offering this to you because I love you. May not be something for you, but I know a thing or two about you, and I think you're gonna love it. So that's the posture I like to duplicate. You need to duplicate the proper time allocation on your team. If you're a part-timer, great. You need to understand, that it's going to take you a little bit longer to build a huge business. And if that's not your goal, great. Just make sure that the effort that you're putting into the business is realistic in terms of what you want to accomplish. We're here to support everybody's individual goals, but don't fool yourself also. And also, you don't want to spend all kinds of time like in your back office or scrolling on social media. You want to spend your time in the money-making activities, which are showing the product and showing the business over and over and over again. The fortune is in the show. So the more you show it, the better you do. And you can show it, by calling somebody directly over the phone, talking to them, somebody on your list, by contacting somebody by text, through social media, with live presentations or presentations on the web, be the breakthrough presentations. If you're doing those activities, if you're showing your team that that's what you do, that's what will duplicate. And that's what's going to bring you the duplication and the leverage that you want. To have the proper time allocation, plan your week. At the beginning of the week, think about, okay, what is my week going to look like? During what hours am I going to be working on my RAIN business? I recommend having a little zenned out place where you do it, and you've got all your tools at hand so you're not searching for things when you need them. But the best laid plans of mice and men are going to go astray. That's okay. If you have a plan, you can adjust it. If you don't, then life is going to life at you and control you. And you'll be it's the tail wagging the dog. You will also want to duplicate the proper expectations in your team. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. This is a real business that takes time to develop. So, hey, typically if you invite 100 people to come see a presentation, maybe 10, 15 are going to show up. and out of that group, 3 to 5 might join. Out of that group, one's going to quit, one's going to kind of do something, we're not quite sure what it is, and one's going to build a business. And you just kind of have to understand that's what it is and play within those rules and create that atmosphere, and duplication on your team. You also want to duplicate the proper approach when you're talking to people, a balance between a product approach and a business approach. Now, there's, the product approach, we call that a bottom-up approach. It's where you're kind of talking to people about, hey, I found this thing, it did this wonderful thing for me personally in my body. That's kind of a percolating approach. It takes time for that to kind of cook. It might take 6 months for somebody that you've brought in as a product user to go, wow, this really is pretty cool. This could be a business for me. It takes longer to build that way. But here's the thing. If all you're talking about is, all the benefits, hey, I like to talk about the benefits. It attracts people to the product. But if that's all you're talking about, and then if you're getting into all of the science and you're explaining how hydroquinone is an acetylcholinesterase uptake inhibitor, and all the science, boy, let me tell you, that's just it's a business killer. I always kind of crack up when that's somebody's total approach and they come to me and they say, nobody wants to do the business. I'm like, well, did you talk about the business? We need to be able to talk about the business. So here's the thing. If you're more of a product-oriented person, you can still talk about the business. You just tweak how it is you're talking about the product. The products work. You can say, and you know what? These products are exclusive. This is a first to market concept. And it's a category creator. So there's just so much opportunity here. The market for health-related products is enormous. It's like a $4 trillion a year business now. And so can you imagine how many people are looking for the solution that you have personally now found? You know how those aches and pains of yours are a little bit better? How many people do you think need that? Now, the more business-centered approach, that's called a top-down approach. And that's where you just think about, hey, I'm looking for generals to grow my business along with me. I'm looking for people who will immediately get it. When I show them this, they're going to go, good grief, this smells like money. Okay? Because you need the generals to lead the efforts of the foot soldiers. And here's the thing. Guys, it honestly requires the same effort to sponsor a general as it does to sponsor a foot soldier. It's just a little bit of a different focus. So here's the thing, you want to focus on business-minded leader types. Yeah, and you want to recruit up. Do not be afraid to talk to successful people. Successful people know how to be successful. If they're more successful than you, big deal. You're blessing their lives by showing them another opportunity that they could also be great at. Here's the thing. If I were to ask most people, rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, most people, including myself, I think would say, hey, I think I'm a solid 7, So then what happens is, if people are afraid to talk to people that, maybe they consider a 10, they're going to go talk maybe to their 5s because they're comfortable talking there. Guess what? Those 5s consider themselves 7s. They're going to go talk to their 5s, which are your 3s. Okay. And so pretty soon you're giving a Be the Breakthrough presentation at the local prison. Okay. You don't be afraid to recruit up. All right. What you're looking for is people with good self-esteem who are goal-oriented, entrepreneurial, assertive. They're responsible for their own results. They get that if it is to be, it's up to me. They're open, they're action takers, they're decisive and determined. That's who you want. You don't want anything on that other side there, that green list. And then you want to duplicate the right follow-up. Guys, it usually takes 5 to 8 touches for somebody to make a decision. So keep them in the process, use the tools, follow up, invite them to a presentation like this, to a leadership training. That's another step you can take. Invite them to the Thunder Storm Saturdays. You can get them in front of bigger and more scaled up tools as they go. You want to paint the right picture, that we're an exclusive first to market products, that we've got patents, there's scientific verification of all this, the company is growing, the timing is perfect, there's a minimum risk, there's very little startup costs, but there's unlimited expansion and global reach. The timing, we're going from small to big, and this is a business that creates leverage. And you get paid over and over and over again for the same activity. There's no set hours because it's around the globe. It's a win-win business model. I can't succeed unless I help others succeed. That's a moral, fabulous business model. There's tax savings. Talk to your accountant. They can tell you some of the things that you can now write off because you have a home-based business. And you got freedom. You don't have employees, buildings, liability. You don't do the bookkeeping. There's no traditional overhead. That's all done for you by the company, which has invested tens of millions of dollars in infrastructure. And all you have to do is tell the story over and over and over. You want to duplicate the proper mindset about packages. Now, Laura talked about this a little bit. I started with the biggest package I could get my hands on because I know that's what the person I'm talking to is going to do. They're going to say, hey, so how did you start? I see there's 3 options here. What did you do? Oh, okay, you did that. I'll do that, because they feel safe because you did it. But let me tell you why people should choose that leadership package, because there is enough product for sampling. There's enough product to have a little at maybe a live meeting that you do. There's enough to rotate. Let's say that you're sponsoring your neighbor, and you want to get them going, and you don't want to wait until their package gets there. What if you had a couple of extra boxes of Soul and you could just hand it to them and say, hey, listen, use this, get going on the product. You can share this. And when you get your product, just replace it for me. That allows you and your team to move more quickly. And also personal use. You need to know what the products are. If you pick a favorite product and you're in the business, well, that's like opening a store that sells blazers and you only sell one size, which is your size. It's the size 40 regular store. Okay, that's a little bit of limited reach. So you want to be able to understand what it is that you're selling. It also changes the psychology in the person that does that. I never want to endanger anyone's finances. If they can't come in with that package, okay, great. Start with the other one. Let's just get going. But if they can stretch and do it, I'm going to encourage that, because it encourages them to treat their business like an actual business. And they're going to go, man, I laid this out. Now I want to recoup my costs and I want to move forward. Changes their thinking a little bit. You also want to duplicate the proper attitude towards your own personal use of the product. Set the standard on your team. Buy from yourself. You should never buy something from any other company if we have something that does that. Okay? You need to buy from yourself. Buy a lot, use a lot. Don't be stingy with yourself or with samples to others. It creates a wrong balance in the universe when you do that. You want the universe to be stingy with you, you be stingy with the universe. Okay? Don't cry poor and cut back. And you shouldn't be on a minimum auto ship. A minimum? Have you ever done the minimum and succeeded? That's not a successful attitude. So just my 2 cents on what you want to duplicate on your team. Another thing you want to duplicate, very, very, very important. You want to duplicate doing the right, honest, moral thing always. Lots of people have come to me and said, you know what, I want to change sponsors. I want you to be my sponsor. I want to, you know what? I can't do that. I can't do that. There are people involved. It's not right for me to do that. I'm happy to support you, but I'm not going to steal you from somebody else. Because here's the deal. If they'll do that with you, they'll do that to you. You want to create chaos on your team? Start doing dodgy, slightly dishonest things. You will kill your team. So just always be honest, always do the right thing and duplicate the right thing. That's how you're going to get the leverage that you want. That's how you're going to get where you want to go as far as a rank goes. And when your team sees you succeed and when they see you set that example, they're going to want to be you. They're going to want to do what it took for you to get there, and you led the way. So imagine what could happen next. So just guys, just duplicate, follow the system, go out and make it rain. Back to you, Randy.
I told you he was a brilliant guy and he was going to do a brilliant job, and he did. You learned a lot about leverage, but more importantly, you learned a lot about leadership and how to grow a team. All right, real quick, I'm going to tie a bow on this thing and button it up. For you associates, get out and spread the word. This is a movement and big things are happening, and you need to make the most of it. For you guys who are sitting in, listening, and kind of wondering, hey, why is all this urgency all of a sudden? What's going on with RAIN? Why are they talking about timing and positioning? Because this is what we're calling RAIN 2.0. And it's the result of 1 year's worth of build out to create marketing materials, to create training systems, to create presentations, and really take this movement of seed source nutrition to help people around the world, empower them with the products, and empower them with the business opportunity. We have social entrepreneurs, and we're making a difference. So if you were invited on, you're watching the replay, you're over on Facebook, wherever you are, get your questions answered. And once they are, I'm going to suggest you lock in your spot before you go to bed tonight. Your sponsor is then going to give you one of these, and they'll email you a digital version if you're not local, so you can get it right away. That's the new associate training. You can run through that, learn what you need to do to get started in the first 24 hours. You could have customers within 24 hours. You could have associates within 48 hours. And then just once you follow that, you're going to start inviting people to look at the tools, look at the presentations. And I want to let you know, so we've got these replays you can do. We have a couple of different recruiting videos that kind of explain the whole process. We have a video explains the whole product line. And then every Saturday, we have a Be the Breakthrough presentation. So if you're looking at this live or the replay within this first day or so, you have time, lock in your spot, run through this training, start showing some people and invite them to be on this Saturday. It's at 11 a.m. Eastern time, and it's going to be amazing. You're going to have a lady named Shio from the UK who is a dynamo. She is just a dynamo. And she's going to be joined with Byron Belka, who is the co-founder, the master distributor with RAIN. They're going to be doing that presentation together. So you can be having people watch that, and you could have 3 people, 5 people, 11 people on your team before the weekend is over. And you can join us and you can be that breakthrough as we take this message of health and wellness and prosperity to the world. So thank you, everybody who participated in the chat. Thank you, everyone who was one of the presenters and trainers. And thank you all for watching. We'll see you guys on Saturday morning for Be the Breakthrough. Peace.
Bye, everybody.
Return to the Mac. Get up what it is, what it does, what it is, what it isn't. Looking for a better way to get up out of bed instead of getting on the internet and checking a new hit. Me get up. First shot, come strut walking. A little bit of humble, a little bit of cautious. Somewhere between like Rocky and Cosby's for the game. Nope, y'all can't copy yet. Bad moonwalking, and this here is our party. My posse's been on Broadway, and we did it all way. grown music. I shed my skin and put my bones into everything I record to it. And yeah, I'm on. Let that stage light go and shine on down. Got that Bob Barker suit game and Plinko in my style. Money, stay on my craft and stick around for those pounds. But I do that to pass the torch and put on for my town. Trust me, on my INDEPENDENT shit hustling. Chasing dreams since I was 14 with the 4-track bustin'. Halfway across that city with the back question. Labels out here, now they can't tell me nothing. We give that to the people, spread it across the country. Labels out here, now they can't tell me nothing. We give it to the people, spread it across the country.
Can we go back? This is the moment. Tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over. So we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us. Can we go back? This is the moment. Tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over. So we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us.
Nah, can I kick it? Thank you, yeah. I'm so damn grateful. I grew up really wanna go fronts, but that's what you get when Wu-Tang raised you. Y'all can't stop me. Go hard like I got an 808 in my heartbeat. And I'm eating at the beat like it gave a little speed to a great white shark on shark week. Raw, time to go off, gone. Deuces goodbye. I got a world to see. And my girl, she wanna see Rome. Caesar make you a believer. Nah, I never ever did it for a throne. That validation comes from giving it back to the people. Now sing this song and it goes like, raise those hands. This is our party. We came here to live life like nobody was watching. I got my city right behind me. If I fall, they got me. Learn from that failure, gain humility, and then we keep marching.
Can we go back? This is the moment. Tonight is the night. We'll fight till